So now you have opened After Effects. So when you open After Effects, you will see everything just like this. And I understand this looks very messy, but don't worry, we'll just get into it. Okay, so here is the file, edit, composition, layer, all these text. We don't need to use everything right now, so don't just panic. Okay, and this is the workspace we are working in. We can just go and change it, but I recommend you to just go to Windows, go to Workspace, and always choose to Effects. If you do not choose this might just create some any other workspace. Let's see this, and this can create a lot of confusion also. So just for this, just go to Windows, Workspace, and choose Effects. Okay, so now you have just worked into the environment of Adobe After Effects. So as to work in the environment of Adobe After Effects, what you need to do is you need to understand we have to create compositions to work here. So okay, let's create a composition. So you can just click here to create a new composition, or maybe just go to composition and new composition. Always hit Ctrl N on the keyboard so as to create a new composition shortcut. Let's click it. Wow, this thing appears on the menu. So first thing is composition name. So what is a composition name? So you can just give any name to the composition. So let's now name it like 1920 HD. Okay, then there are lots of parameters, and it might be confusing for a beginner to just be able to adjust. So just go to the preset, and from here just go and select this HDTV 1080 29.97 frames per second. Okay, so what this does is creates the values on depending on this preset. Okay, and this is the duration. This is very important. So this is milliseconds, this is seconds, this is minutes, and this is hours. So let's make it I just made it 0.8, so which will be 8 seconds. Let's make it 0.7 and just click here, so it will be 7 seconds, and then select OK. So now we have created a new composition in After Effects. Now let's move on from here. Okay, so now since you have created a new composition, what you need to do is add layers in it. And what are layers? Layers generally help you to create anything inside of After Effects. To create anything inside of After Effects, you need to have a composition, layer, and effects. Okay, so let's see how to create layers. Okay, you just need to go here, right click, and just go to new and solid. So this actually creates a solid layer. It asks you for a name. Let's name it BG, and sometimes the size can be very different from our composition size, so just click here and this will switch back to the original size of the composition. And this is the color, so you can select any color for now, don't just worry about it yet, and click OK. And now you have created a solid inside your project. Okay, so now we can able to apply some effects on the solid layer. Let's see how we do it. Okay, so just click here and then just go to effect and just go to generate and then select fill. Okay, let's add up a fill effect to our layer. Now we can do is just by here we can just go and change the color from here. You can always choose and change the color whatever you wish to, and I'll select OK. But what I like to do is I always want to have specific colors that work together very well. So for this I have included a color scheme in the project files of this course. So let's import that. So as to import, just go to file, import, and select file. Okay, and after you open the course files you will see this. So just click this course scheme and hit import. So this will import your project scheme. Okay, you can just select this will open whatever things are there in the project, and this will be for the effects applied to the layer. Okay, let's click here. Okay, so now let's import our project inside this composition. So click here and then just click here. Oh wow, we adjusted the project, we imported the project here. Now what we have to do is like add the colors from this project to our effects, to the layer which has the effects. Okay, so let's do it. Now click here and click F3 on the keyboard, or just click here, and this will just have showing all the effects which we have, like the fill. So let's click here and let's change the fill color to this. Okay, if you just click here on this eyedropper and then just click here again, okay, you can just choose any color of your own wish. And let's turn the eyeball off to just see the background. Okay, congratulations for completing your first lesson. Let's move on to the next one. So now let's create our first shapes on the timeline. So as to create, right click here, just go to new and select shape layer. So this does is this creates an empty shape layer. You cannot see it yet because we have nothing inside it, but we will just add something. So click here and you can see this small blue dot. Okay, and then just click here, and in the contents you can just go select add, and here you can just go add ellipse. So this has added a ellipse which is a circle, but we cannot see it yet. Just click here, ellipse path, and this gives the size and the position. So we have to add something more, which is add fill. Okay, so this adds up a fill which is this color, and we can also do is add stroke. So you can see that this, let me like scale it a little bit bigger so that you see. Okay, so you can see a circle has been created, and in the boundaries you can see that there is a small circle also. Okay, let's reset this. Okay, and again just click here and click here, and okay, let's see the contents here. First is the ellipse path, so basically this circle, and second is the stroke, which is the boundary of the circle, and the third is the fill, which is the color inside. So we can just go and increase the size to this much. Okay, and we can also change the value of the stroke. Just click here, and this is the stroke width, so let's increase it a little bit. All right, you can also increase the whole size, the both size of the stroke as well as the size of the whole circle by just clicking here, hit S on the keyboard, and this will display the scale properties, and just like move it a little bit more. Okay, this much. We can also give color to our circle. Let's turn on this thing. This is our color schemes. So let's click here, just turn back, and then just go to the contents, go to the stroke. From here select yellow, and from here just go and select this. Okay, so now we have successfully created a circle inside of After Effects. Now let's animate it. So as to animate, all you need to do is just animate the scaling of the circle. So you can also do it by using a null object. A null object is something which is having a properties, but it doesn't create anything on the screen. It can only impact other other layers in our screen. So let's create a null object. Right click, new, select null object. Okay, and now you can just parent the null object, the shape layer to the null object. If you don't see this, you can just right click, columns, and select parent. So basically we'll just make this null object a parent of this layer. So wherever, just select this and slowly just click it here. Okay, so now we have parented the shape layer to the null object. Now let's see how this works. Just click on the null, just click here, and from here you can adjust the scaling. Okay, so let's move on to this spot, like 1 second, and just click here. So this will create a keyframe. Now let's get back and just click here and hit 0. Just make the size 0 and click anywhere else. Okay, so now the size is set to 0, so we cannot see the circle now. Okay, next thing, let's see. Okay, so this has been animated like this, and then so as to preview this, just hit 0 key on the keyboard. So this will try to show us the animation in real time. You can also limit the amount of space it's previewing, so it's previewing all the full timeline. You can just go here and hit B on the keyboard, B. So this will begin from here, and if you just go here, hit N on the keyboard, and so now the preview will be starting from just this section. You can also move this line. If you move here and hit 0 on the keyboard, it will move from there. Okay, so this looks very nice. We can do is adjust some of the keyframes. So as to adjust keyframes, just click on the null and hit U, or hit S on the keyboard since we have scaled the property. So just select both of them, right click, keyframe assistance, easy ease, and from here now you will see the animation. It is much smoother. Okay, let's make it like a ball. So let's animate some of the properties. Let's make it like 105 to begin with, and then just move ahead. From here, let's make it like 95. Now let's move it here. Let's make it around 103. Let's move it here and just make it around 97. I'm just using the random, like I'm just like working around from like the values near 100, and let's just make it 100. Okay, so here the value is 105, here the value is 95. So from here to here it's decreasing. From here 95 to 103, it's increasing. From again decreasing, again increasing. And let's preview it by hitting the 0 key and like bringing this near, or just click here and hit N on the keyboard. Okay, and now hit 0. Okay, wonderful. So now we have animated our circle. Now let's see what else we can do with this. Okay, so now since this animation feels very slow to me, what I'll do is like bring these keyframes, select from here, select all the keyframes and bring them closer. As I bring closer, you can just see the animation of the ball happening. Okay, I'll just make it very close, and now I'll preview them. Hit 0. Okay, very nice. Okay, so in this tutorial we learned about animating a circle. Let's see you in the next. Okay, in this tutorial we'll learn about creating firework with the shape layers. Let's move in. Okay, so now in After Effects we need to create a new shape layer. So as to create a new shape layer, this time we will be using a tool which is a pen tool, and you can just hit G on the keyboard and see how the mouse cursor changes. Okay, so now we have this. Okay, so we need to create a shape layer. So let's create it. From here, just go to the title action save, and this will just form the boundaries for our working. So I'll just click in the middle and then just click. So this creates a line, and we can just change the line by just like decreasing the size of the stroke. Let's make it 10. So just select this line and just make it 10. Okay, and now just click here, just see the contents, and again just click here and you will see the stroke. So just click here. Okay, it might be a little bit confusing, but it's simple. Okay, from here you can just move down, and for the line caps you can just go and select round caps. Okay, and you can always adjust the width. Just click here and just change it to, let's change to 15. So okay, it will be a little bit bigger, and this is the size of the window, so let's make it 50. All right, now what we need to do is create more copies so that the firework is created. So as to create like more copies, we need to add a repeater. So it's simple, let's move on. Okay, so as to add a repeater, just click here, and then just okay, let's just toggle this. So just click here and then just go and then just add repeater, just create. As soon as I click, you will see that 3 copies have been created. Okay, now let's click here again and let's make it like 6 copies. Okay, and just move a little bit down from here on the right side, and let me just like increase the size of this so that you can just see it easily. So I'll just increase it. You can always change the size by just like hovering your mouse here, and you will see the mouse pointer changing, and you can just move up or move down. And from here I'll transform the repeater. From here I'll just make the position 0, and the rotation, I'll rotate it. Okay, I'll just change the rotation to 60, or what I can do is like have 360, which is the full rotation, divide by the number of copies, which is 6. Just click here and then just click outside. Okay, so now we have created a firework shape, basic shape. Now what we need to do is animate it. So let's do it. So let's go in the beginning, just turn on the eyeball off of the shape layer number 1 and the color scheme. So now we need to add another effect. So now we'll be adding trim paths. What trim paths does is like animates the path. So it can, let's imagine we have this much of path. We can trim it to down, trim it to more. We can start from here or start from there. So let's see how it goes. Okay, so just go here and then select trim paths and just click here so we can just see the trim paths. Just click here. Okay, and then just move it in 1 second mark, and then click here and let's click on the end. Okay, make an end, just go back and just make it 0. So what this does is like starts from 0 and animates in, so that it starts and grows up. So just like this is a path which is growing. So very simple. Okay, so now what we need to do is also have a path animating and cutting it from here. So as to do it, let's see how to do it. Let's move ahead a little bit, and then if we increase the start, this will do the magic. Okay, so let's from here move a little bit ahead, and then just click here on the start, and then just go back here, and from here just make it 0. Okay, so now what will happen, the animation will be just like this. Okay, so what we have done here, we have started a path, started and ended it, just so simple. Let's see. Okay, now let's preview it. So we can just do it by using 0 key on the keyboard. Okay, so I do feel that this path is very slow, so let's make it faster. Click both of them, both of these, select, and then just move them ahead. Select both of them and just move like this. Okay, and select both of them, right click, keyframe assistance, easy ease, and hit 0. Okay, this looks very nice. Now let's turn on our circle. So just go, just turn on this. Okay, so you can see our path is overlapping the circle. So we can do is like just select our path, the fireworks, and just move them, let them there, and let's select the circle and let move it out. Okay, hit U on the keyboard and let's see. So basically this is not working because we have the null object, so Control Z, Control Z. Okay, so now you can just turn, after turning on the circle, you can see the circle is also moving and the fireworks is overlapping it. Let's change it. Let's make our circle come after and the fireworks first. So this is the shape number 2, which is the fireworks, and shape number 1, which is the circle. So circle is parented to the null, so select both of them and then just move it. Okay, and hit 0. Okay, this looks very nice. You can just select both of them and just move it a little bit in. Okay, so in this course, in this lesson, we learned about creating fireworks inside of After Effects. Now let's move on to the next one. Okay, now we'll just create an effect called radial vibe. Okay, so in After Effects, now let's select, let's actually name the layers so it will be very easy to work on. So this is the shape layer number 1, hit enter and just go and just write circle. Okay, and this is the firework, just select it and enter and just write firework or fire. Okay, so now we need to add a layer, an effect to the circle. So select the circle, and again, like we did for the first time for the background, just go to effects, just go to transitions and select radial vibe. So okay, yeah, you can see that this effect has been applied on this left hand side, and it has a few parameters. The first parameter is transition completion, so let's try. Okay, this is very nice. It can help you to transition from the circle in a clockwise way. Okay, and then we have this start angle, so let's change it. So if we just choose a different Okay, so if we just move this, this will just like start from a different angle. So if it is 100%, it can start from here, or you can just move it and it can start from somewhere else. Okay, and this is the wipe center. I recommend it to be just be in the center and don't change it. And this is the wipe, which is clockwise or counterclockwise. Just select the counterclockwise and you will see like now the wipe is happening counterclockwise, and this is both. Let's see. Wow, happens from both the direction. Okay, so let's reset the values. Okay, so now let's see our animation. Okay, this is bouncing. Okay, enough. Good. And hit U to reveal the keyframes. Select this and hit U, and select the null and hit U. So this has been animated like this, and from here there is no animation. So from here we can just go and select the circle and then click on the transition completion, and then just move a little bit ahead and then just go and select to 100 and hit U. So now what we can do is also just do the keyframe animation for this. Just like select both of them, right click, keyframe assistance and easy ease, and let's preview it. Okay, looks very nice. And I will just like decrease this, just select this keyframe and then just move it here. Let's see, too fast, so select this thing, just move it behind. Very nice. Okay, so now we have animated a circle and added a transition to it. Let's see what else we can do. We can do is duplicate this circle. So just select this, go to edit and duplicate, or hit Ctrl D on the keyboard, as there are like two copies and we cannot see the bottom one because it's hidden. So we can do is like select the top one, and from let's turn on the color schemes. Okay, and now from here we can just do and just like from here just change the color, and color to let's change it to blue and hit OK. And from here just stroke color, let's click and choose to, let's choose orange. Okay, and select OK. So now our copy which is underneath is not visible and the copy which is above is visible. So let's see, these are our two copies, and the copies which is in the this is visible and the copy behind is not visible. So we need to make sure that we just do something so that it comes and we are able to see it. So we can just do is by just moving it a little bit out and then just like dropping it underneath. So this will create two animations. So okay, let's preview it. Okay, we can also add one more animation. Just click here and Ctrl D on the circle. So this adds circle number 3. Let's put it down. Let's then now move it a little bit, and from here just let's change the colors to be like, let's choose for this yellow, and for the stroke let's choose white and hit OK and hit 0. Let's preview it. Okay, looks very nice. Okay, so now we have animated the circle and with the radial transitions.